another weekly preview of what to expect in markets this upcoming week. We are putting a big focus on stock markets while also analysing charts, reviewing the need-to-know news and running down the economic calendar. First up, we have some technical analysis of the most popular markets.
The euro remains directionless inside a volatile price range. The price has retraced 50% from the high just under 1.15 and rebounded. The British pound has dropped back from the top of its 250 pip trading range. 1.35 needs to hold as support from the uptrend to remain intact. The dollar-yen has double-topped under 116.5 and has since dropped back to 115, where the bounce formed a lower high and has now dropped back under 115 to make a lower low. Gold has smashed through 1850 resistance to form a new high above 1900 in a strong new uptrend. 1880 would need to hold for the upside momentum to continue, otherwise, it could be a fake out. UK oil has struck the 95 level and still looks headed towards 100. The price is consolidating above 90, which if it gives way could open up an overdue steeper correction. The S&P 500 is back down near major support at 4,300 after forming new lower lows last week, but so far remains above the 2022 low. Bitcoin failed to make a new high over 45,000 and has since dropped under 40,000. The move is so far a retracement of the up move off the January low.
That's great. Lots of valuable information. Okay, moving on from the technicals to the fundamentals. Here are the big news headlines from markets over the last week.
Russia has not invaded Ukraine. There was no Russian invasion of Ukraine on February 16 as was widely reported, but risks in the region are hurting market sentiment. Lavrov to meet Blinken. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov will meet with US Secretary of State Blinken to discuss the situation in Ukraine. Gold rises over $1,900 per ounce. The price of gold rose to over $1,900 per oz for the first time since June last year on haven flows. WTI crude oil hits $95. The US crude oil benchmark contract hit the 95 level for the first time since August 2014. Aussie Dollar the top Forex riser. The Aussie Dollar rose most out of the major currencies last week on increased bets the RBA will raise rates this year. The US dollar declines again. The US dollar lost out this week after dovish Fed minutes discouraged USD bulls from buying the dip. Fed minutes were surprisingly dovish. The Fed made no specific plan for selling its bonds known as quart, nor had a timetable for rate hikes. Munger, fiat is going to zero. The safe assumption for an investor is that over the next 100 years the fiat currency is going to zero, said Warren Buffett's partner Charlie Munger.
Fascinating stuff. Thanks for that. Now, before we round things off for this week, let's go over the big items in this week's economic calendar.
It's a slightly slower week with the New York Stock Exchange and Nasdaq closed for President's Day on Monday. But Monday does see the release of the latest PMIs from the UK and Europe, offering a forward-looking view of the respective economies, and investors brace for rate hikes this year. The major central bank meeting this week is from the RBNZ, which is expected to raise interest rates again after data showed the New Zealand labour market continued its record expansion into the fourth quarter. Lastly, the Fed's preferred measure of inflation, the core PCE, comes out on Friday, offering another opportunity to trade around the chances of a 50 basis point hike from the Fed next month.
Okay, that's a wrap for this week. Remember to subscribe to our channel for all the latest news and analysis, and all the best for trading this week.